Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to answer a question that I've asked myself and one that other people might be asking too. Why start riding a motorcycle in your 50s? Why now? Why make this shift at this point in my life? Well, I've spent a lot of time thinking about that. And honestly, I even wondered at one point if this was some kind of midlife crisis. But the more I reflected on it, the more clear it became that there are some real compelling reasons behind this new chapter. So today, while I'm out riding, I want to share those reasons with you. Number one, for the first time in my life, I actually have time. This is the biggest one. My youngest child graduated high school, started college courses, and got a job. All three of my kids are stepping into their own adult lives. And for the first time since my wife and I married between our junior and senior year of college, I have actual disposable time. We had kids early in our marriage, and a lot of our friends are just now dealing with children that are leaving high school and entering college. Meanwhile, my wife Rachel is in grad school pursuing her master's degree, and suddenly I have space to explore something new. Riding was not on my radar when I was younger. I didn't grow up wanting a motorcycle, but now, for the first time, I can pursue something just for myself. Number two, I have a little more income and hope for a little more ahead. I'm not wealthy. I still have debts I'm working hard to pay off, but compared to earlier seasons of life, I do have a bit more financial breathing room. And as Rachel moves forward in her career, we are both optimistic about being able to afford some things we could not before, like owning and maintaining a motorcycle. Nothing extravagant, nothing luxury, just something meaningful that fits this stage of life. Number three, I discovered riding by accident and loved it. I didn't start riding as a kid. I didn't grow up around bikes. I actually didn't ride a motorcycle until I was 49, and that first experience on a trip in Laos completely surprised me. If you want the full story, it's in the first video on this YouTube channel. But riding clicked with me, and it clicked with me in a way nothing else had. I shared the idea with Rachel like we always do with new interests, and she was on board. So we decided together that I would move forward in this new adventure. Sometimes you stumble into something that feels right, and riding was like that for me. Number four, it fits with my life goals: travel, adventure, challenge. One of my big motivations has been the desire to travel in a different way. In many countries, motorcycles and scooters are the main mode of transportation that's accessible to the greater population. And having the skill to ride abroad opens up whole new kinds of experiences. Not just taxis, trains, or buses, but a more direct connection to the places I visit. Riding pushes me, challenges me, and gives me a new way to engage with the world. It felt like the perfect combination of adventure, challenge, and personal growth. Number five, I believe I have a unique perspective to share on YouTube. Another big piece of this is storytelling. I have always loved sharing my perspective through writing, videos, and creative projects. I'm certainly not a trendsetter, and I don't expect to make a living off YouTube, but I do believe I have something unique to offer. Right now is the easiest time in history to create and share content. The tools are accessible, the barriers to entry are very low, and riding a motorcycle, well, that fits perfectly into what I enjoy doing: telling stories, sharing experiences, and hopefully contributing something meaningful to people who watch. Number six, there's a low barrier to entry compared to many other hobbies. I love machining, I love woodworking, and those hobbies can get expensive quickly. Motorcycle riding, at least the kind that I'm doing, is surprisingly accessible. Between Facebook Marketplace, basic mechanic skills, and some patience, you can find solid bikes at reasonable prices. I don't own anything fancy, nothing high-end, just good workable machines that fit my goal. And that made starting this journey much easier. Number 7, it's something I can share with my kids. A couple of my kids showed real interest in riding too. We even took the basic rider course together, and being able to share that experience with them, riding, learning, challenging ourselves, has been a meaningful part of all of this. And honestly, that alone made the decision worth it. I have been able to ride with my son David here in the States, and hopefully I can ride with Rebecca overseas. Number 8, the psychological benefits are real. One of the things I will talk about in a future video is the psychological side of riding. For me, riding is like snow skiing, one of the few sports that make me feel completely alive and completely present. You're out in the elements, you are using your whole body, you're receiving instant feedback from every input, you're thinking on your feet, literally. It pulls me out of my head, which is a place that I am often, out of the busyness and noise and into the moment. And honestly, that has been incredibly life-giving. Snow skiing does that for me too, but I can't ski year-round. Motorcycles give me that same kind of presence, but on a weekly or possibly even a daily basis. And number 9, it just makes sense right now in this season. So why start riding in my 50s? Well, here's the summary. I finally have time. I have a little more financial margin. I discovered riding and fell in love with it. It aligns with my travel and adventure goals. It gives me something meaningful to share with others. It's accessible and affordable. A couple of my kids are interested, and it brings me fully into the present in a way that I really need. I'm glad I started, and I'm excited for what's ahead. I'm grateful to be able to share this journey with all of you. Well, thanks for riding with me today. If this resonates with you, if you're thinking about starting riding later in life, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Ride safe out there.